The Courtyard Barndominium is the most desired floor plan configuration in the entire barndominium space right now. The private outdoor living zone, the natural light from multiple directions, the resort-like atmosphere, the acoustic separation between wings. Everything about it is genuinely compelling. And then people get the contractor quote, and that quote is almost always dramatically higher than they expected, often approaching double what an equivalent square footage in a simple rectangle would cost. There's a name for that gap. It's the courtyard tax. It's real, it's predictable, and most people discover it only after they've already fallen in love with a floor plan that their budget cannot actually support. Today I'm covering exactly what the courtyard tax is, where every dollar of it comes from, which parts of it are genuinely unavoidable, and which parts can be dramatically reduced with specific design decisions that most plan companies never make proactively because the client didn't know to ask. Stay until the end, because the valley flashing section is the one that saves or costs you the most money per decision in this entire conversation. You found Homes in Haven, and we are so glad you're here. This is the channel where we treat your build budget with the same respect you do, backing every insight with verified data and real building science, so you can make the smartest decisions possible. If that's what you've been looking for, hit subscribe right now, because we do this every single week just for you. Let's get into it. Let's define the term precisely, because the courtyard tax isn't one number. It's the accumulated cost premium that comes from every design decision that separates a courtyard configuration from a simple rectangle of equivalent conditioned square footage. Complex roof lines, unusual shapes, oversized windows, and too many custom details can increase cost quickly. That sentence describes the courtyard tax in compressed form. Every element of it, the complex roof line at the corner intersections, the unusual shape of the L, U, or H footprint, the oversized windows and glass doors facing the courtyard, and the custom detailing required at every transition between wings, adds cost that a rectangular building simply does not generate. The barndominium base cost in 2026 ranges from $70 to $150 per square foot for a mid-range build, including better insulation, upgraded interior materials, quality fixtures, and a finished appearance throughout. A simple rectangular barndominium at 2,000 square feet hitting the mid-range at $125 per square foot costs $250,000. A courtyard barndominium at the same 2,000 square feet of conditioned living space routinely quotes at $175 to $250 per square foot for the equivalent finish level. That same 2,000 square feet of living space now costs $350,000 to $500,000. The courtyard tax on that project runs $100,000 to $250,000. And critically, the buyer is getting the same 2,000 square feet of conditioned living space they started with. They're just paying far more for the configuration that puts that space into 2 or 3 wings around a courtyard rather than a single rectangle. The courtyard tax has 5 specific sources, and each one must be understood independently because each one has a different fix. The single largest component of the courtyard tax is the roof line, and it's the one that catches the most people off guard because it's invisible in floor plan renderings. A simple rectangular barndominium has 4 roof faces, 2 gable ends, and 2 slope sides, meeting at a single ridge. The structural engineering is straightforward, the framing is repetitive, and the roofing installation is efficient. This is why the rectangular footprint is the lowest cost shape to build at any finish level. An L-shaped courtyard barndominium introduces a valley where the 2 wings meet at the inner corner. A valley is where 2 roof planes intersect downward, and it's the most structurally complex and most leak-prone detail in any roofing system. Every single structural corner intersection and roof valley in a barndominium requires custom framing at the junction, modified or custom trusses to carry the intersecting loads, specialized steel valley flashing panels cut to fit the exact angle of intersection, and additional labor to execute all of it correctly. These are not separate line items. They're a combined structural and finishing challenge at that corner, and taken together, a single structural corner intersection and roof valley in an L-shaped barndominium adds roughly $3,000 to $8,000 in combined framing, truss modifications, specialized flashing, and labor complexity over a rectangular building of equivalent total square footage. A U-shaped courtyard barndominium has two of these structural corner intersections, one at each inner corner where the side wings meet the connecting wing. That compounds a premium to roughly $6,000 to $16,000 in combined structural and valley complexity costs. An H-shaped configuration with multiple load-bearing frame intersections and the most exterior wall and roofline perimeter of the three courtyard types pushes the structural premium to 20 to 35% above a comparable rectangular build. The fix for the roofline premium: minimize corner intersections through deliberate footprint geometry. An L-shaped courtyard with a clean, simple corner intersection and standard roof pitches on both wings costs meaningfully less than an L with offset wing heights, varied roof pitches, or decorative features at the intersection. Every inch of roofline complexity you add at the wing junction is a cost multiplier that compounds through framing, truss engineering, and flashing line items simultaneously. Design the valley cleanly and simply, and you'll spend 30 to 40% less on that intersection than a complex design creates. The second source of the courtyard tax is exterior perimeter, and this one is pure geometry. A simple rectangle has the minimum possible ratio of exterior wall perimeter to enclosed floor area. The rectangle is geometrically the most efficient enclosure shape available, which is why it's the cheapest shape to build per enclosed square foot. An L, U, or H configuration has significantly more exterior wall perimeter per square foot of conditioned floor area than the equivalent rectangle. To put real numbers on this, a simple 40 by 60 rectangle encloses 2,400 square feet with only 200 linear feet of perimeter wall. An L-shaped configuration enclosing the same 2,400 square feet of conditioned space requires roughly 250 to 280 linear feet of perimeter wall, depending on how the wings are proportioned. A U-shaped configuration requires even more. Every additional linear foot of exterior wall means more steel panels, more insulation, more framing, more exterior trim, more windows, and more foundation along that additional perimeter. In a steel barndominium, exterior wall materials and installation run $8 to $15 per square foot of wall face area at standard 10-foot wall heights. The additional perimeter in a U-shaped configuration compared to an equivalent rectangular footprint can add 25 to 50% more exterior wall area, translating to $15,000 to $40,000 in additional exterior wall material and labor costs on a mid-sized project. The courtyard itself doesn't help this math. The interior courtyard faces of the wings are still exterior walls that require the full exterior treatment, insulation, weatherproofing, and detailing. You're building more exterior wall surface than a rectangle of the same conditioned square footage would require, and that additional surface has a cost regardless of whether it faces the street or an interior courtyard. The fix for the perimeter premium: keep the wings proportionally narrow and deep rather than short and wide. A longer, narrower wing creates less perimeter per conditioned square foot than a shorter, wider wing of the same area. In a U-shaped configuration, narrowing the side wings and extending them back from the connecting wing reduces total perimeter while maintaining the courtyard geometry and the conditioned square footage. The third source of the courtyard tax is glazing, and it's the one most directly connected to the functional appeal of the courtyard design. The courtyard barndominium is only worth building if the conditioned interior spaces have generous windows and glass doors facing the courtyard. That visual connection between interior and courtyard is the entire spatial experience that makes the design desirable. Without it, you're just building an oddly shaped building that happens to have an outdoor area between its wings. But large format windows and glass doors are expensive, particularly when they're specified for performance. In a climate-controlled building where energy performance matters, courtyard-facing glass needs to meet the same specification requirements as any other window in the building envelope. Low E-coatings, thermally broken frames, and appropriate solar heat gain coefficient for your climate zone are not optional if you want the glazing to not become a thermal liability. In a courtyard barndominium, where 2 or 3 wing faces open to the courtyard through large format glazing, the window and door line item is substantially larger than in a rectangular building where most windows are modest sized. The fix for the glazing premium: Concentrate the full height glazing on one or two key courtyard wall sections rather than across every courtyard-facing surface. A great room and kitchen wall that opens fully to the courtyard through floor-to-ceiling glass is genuinely transformative. Adding that same glazing treatment to every bedroom and bathroom wall facing the courtyard adds cost without adding proportional experiential value. Identify the 2 or 3 moments where full-height glass delivers the maximum quality of life impact. Invest in those fully, and use more modest window sizing elsewhere on the courtyard perimeter. The fourth source of the courtyard tax is the foundation, and it's the one most people calculate incorrectly because they're thinking about conditioned floor area rather than total slab area. For a standard 40 by 60 foot barndominium build in rural Texas, a realistic budget allocates approximately $38,000 for a steel shell erected and $18,000 to $22,000 for an engineered foundation slab, with thickened perimeter footings and post-anchor embeds, reflecting current 2026 baseline pricing of approximately $7 to $12 per square foot for properly engineered barndominium slabs. In a courtyard barndominium, the total slab area that must be poured is larger than the conditioned square footage suggests. The courtyard patio itself typically receives a concrete slab for usability and visual continuity with the interior. The covered porches at the end of breezeway sections need slab. The transition zones between the wings at the courtyard face need slab. None of this is conditioned living space, but all of it requires foundation work, and it's $7 to $12 per square foot for engineered concrete. Unconditioned slab areas running 500 to 1,500 square feet beyond the conditioned footprint add $3,500 to $18,000 in foundation costs alone. The courtyard design also creates more foundation perimeter than the equivalent rectangle, with more linear feet of edge beam, more corner treatment, and more perimeter thickening than a rectangular slab of equivalent condition area. The fix for the foundation premium: design the courtyard surface material thoughtfully. A polished and stained concrete courtyard slab poured with the main building slab as a single continuous pour is significantly cheaper than a stamped concrete courtyard patio added as a separate finishing phase. If the visual goal is continuity between the interior and courtyard floor, specifying the same stained concrete treatment as a single continuous pour achieves that at lower cost than treating the courtyard as a separate landscape project. The fifth source of the courtyard tax is HVAC, and it's the one that keeps costing you money every month after the build is complete rather than just at the time of construction. A rectangular barndominium with a single open-plan living area can be served by one centrally positioned HVAC system with clear, efficient duct routing to every zone of the building. A courtyard barndominium with 2 or 3 separate wings simply cannot. Trying to run long ductwork runs from a single central air handler across the entire length of multiple wings creates severe static pressure loss and energy waste. Each wing also has radically different solar exposure and thermal loads throughout the day, with one wing baking in morning sun while another is in shade, making a single shared system unable to maintain comfortable temperatures in both simultaneously. Independent multi-zone or ductless mini-split systems are the only practical solution for a courtyard configuration. 2 independent HVAC systems on a typical courtyard barndominium adds $7,000 to $16,000 in upfront equipment cost compared to a single system serving a rectangular building of the same total conditioned square footage. And because each wing in a courtyard configuration has proportionally more exterior wall surface per conditioned square foot than the equivalent rectangle, the HVAC load per conditioned square foot is higher, which means each system needs to be more capable than you'd expect from the floor area alone. The fix for the HVAC premium: right-size each wing system by calculating its load correctly for its actual cubic volume and its specific solar exposure and thermal load pattern, not by dividing a single rectangular building's total system capacity in half. Mini-split systems are particularly well suited for courtyard barndominium wings because they're zoned, efficient, and don't require the long ductwork runs that cause static pressure losses in non-rectangular configurations. Now that we've covered all 5 sources of the courtyard tax, let's talk about the specific design decisions that reduce it without eliminating the courtyard's functional advantages. The single most powerful cost reduction strategy for a courtyard barndominium is choosing an L shape over a U or H shape. An L-shaped configuration has one structural corner intersection, the minimum additional roofline complexity, and the lowest perimeter premium of the 3 courtyard types. It still creates a protected outdoor corner space that functions as a private courtyard. It still allows generous courtyard-facing glazing on the 2 inner wing walls. And it delivers the acoustic and spatial separation between wings that makes the courtyard configuration desirable. An L-shaped barndominium of the same conditioned square footage as a U or H, with careful design attention to the 5 premium sources, can come in at approximately 10 to 20% above the equivalent rectangle, rather than the 40 to 100% premium that an unmanaged U or H shape generates. The second strategy is making the courtyard space itself do double duty in the design brief. A courtyard that functions as the primary outdoor dining, entertaining, and swimming area eliminates the need for a separate backyard patio, a separate fenced pool area, and a separate covered outdoor kitchen structure. When you subtract those eliminated costs from the courtyard tax, the net premium often becomes substantially smaller or even neutral on the total project cost. The third strategy is disciplined roofline simplicity at the wing intersections. Single-pitch roofs on each wing, meeting at a standard valley with no offset ridge heights, no decorative dormers at the intersection, and standard guttering, cost dramatically less than a complex roofline proposed to add visual interest. The best way to save money is to choose a smart, efficient plan that gives you the space you need without unnecessary complexity. At the structural corner intersection of a courtyard barndominium, that principle is worth tens of thousands of dollars. That is the complete, honest breakdown of the courtyard tax. All 5 sources that make courtyard barndominiums cost double, the corrected valley framing and foundation cost numbers that align with actual 2026 barndominium pricing, and the specific design decisions that bring that premium down without sacrificing the spatial and lifestyle advantages that make the courtyard configuration worth building in the first place. You've been watching Homes in Haven, and from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for trusting us with your build journey. Every video on this channel is made for people who care as deeply about their homes as we do about delivering accurate, research-backed guidance. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it right now because we never want you to miss a video. If this gave you the clarity you needed to approach a courtyard design with your eyes wide open, a like takes 1 second and helps us reach more families who are asking the exact same questions you are. Drop a comment and tell us, are you considering a courtyard build? And which of the 5 premium sources surprised you the most? Every comment gets read, and your project might become a future deep dive. This has been Homes in Haven. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.